Welcome everyone, this is my beginner's airbrush tutorial. It goes along with my master grade airbrush painting tutorials, and if you haven't already then please take a look at my playlist. You'll see I have an intro video to this explaining the sort of whole concept and what I plan to do with this beginner's series, and indeed you can also have a look at my master grade airbrush painting series at the same time. In these first few videos I'm going to talk about some pretty basic and perhaps boring things. Now, please bear with me, I'm going to get progressively more in depth in terms of the whole airbrush setup, airbrush accessories, paints, and compressors, and all that kind of stuff. So, if you're purely interested in the painting side of things, like I say, head over to my Master Grade Sinanju guide, and you'll see more of this kind of thing here. I'm probably going to keep this intro for the first few parts, so if you're watching next time then please feel free to fast forward to this point. Okay, let's move on. Welcome everybody. Today we're going to talk about how to make life a little bit easier when we're airbrushing our kits and we need somewhere to put them. The reason for this is because when you're airbrushing you try and change colour very well, as little as possible really, so you want to try and airbrush all your same coloured parts all in one go really. You don't want to be kind of putting pieces sort of up and down all the time, switching out colours and all that kind of stuff. So you want to be as prepared as you possibly can be really, and to do that what I do is the kind of tried and tested technique of using crocodile clips. Now it's very simple really. Now what you need is these crocodile clips that you can get from pretty much any electrical shop, and they come like this with a plastic sheath. What I would recommend is taking this off because it kind of gets in the way a little bit, but more so when you get paint on it, it kind of goes all sticky. So very easy, just take that off and then you're left with this. Now what you need then is just some skewers, and you can get these from any kind of home store really, and what I would recommend is getting the ones with two tips. So in this case I don't, and it's highly annoying because what happens is you have a tip here which is great for actually inserting into the styrene, which we'll talk about in a bit, but then the other blunt end it's not very useful. So what I've had to do is actually just shave this end to a point, and the reason for that is because what you want to do is point one end into the crocodile clip like this, and it pretty much wedges in, and you're pretty much good to go then. And the other end, if this was blunt, then when you're actually trying to insert this into the polystyrene, it's really not as easy as you'd think. So that's the reason for the little tip, is to get double pointed skewers to save yourself that little bit of hassle. Now next what you're going to need is a styrene block, and really what I use is just some leftover pieces whenever I buy any electrical equipment. So I seem to have lots around for some reason, so I make do with these, and that gives you the concept of how to use it. And what I tend to have is some high and low skewers, because if you have them all dotted around the piece like I do here, then it's useful having some of them on a high level so you can pick at the lower ones and the higher ones without them getting in each other's way, if you know what I mean. So that's how I do it. Now give you guys an idea, it's a good idea to actually get quite a few of these. This is typical of how much I use on one tray, and the thing is I actually have a lot more. When I find that when I'm making a master grade or perfect grade, then this is what I have. So these are all my long skewers, and I have a few more at the bottom, and all the short ones which I prefer using are well, you see them in use right now. Now let's just explain a little bit about this tray. What I have in here is the general crocodile clips are useful for pretty much any piece. You know, you can just clip them onto the pegs or whatever, really, just anything on the underside of what you're trying to paint. The other thing that's useful is to have these flat style clips, and what these are good for is for holding on to things like thrusters, things that you can't really well, you want to do several in one go, I guess. Otherwise, you know, if you've just got one thruster per skewer, then you're going to be here forever. So what I do is you get one of these flat style clips, and you can put like maybe 2 or 3 thrusters or, you know, similar components into one of these, and just do them all in one go. Now, these clamps that I have, I also recommend getting some of these. Now, these are some cheap clamps that you can get from most DIY stores, and these are just some clothes pegs. Now, I'll give you guys a little example on what to do with these. Now, aside from the obvious, I mean, these are useful when you're gluing parts together and you just need to hold them so that they form a tight enough bond. But the other thing you can do with these is to just set up a really impromptu kind of stand, really, for your pieces. So that's what I do when I'm doing the odd thing. Sometimes, you know, if I'm airbrushing something and I don't want to hold it by hand, then I'll just do that, and you know, you can airbrush around it. Or if you don't have the space for one of these blocks, or you've run out, then, you know, it's easy enough setting one of these wherever you want, really. And you know, you can do things like this. If you put it higher up, then, you know, you get a bit more of an angle, and, you know, you can just adjust it. It's just a nice and easy quick tip that I've always done. So hopefully that gives you guys you know, some ideas. And really, not much to it. That just makes life a lot easier, I find. And yeah, so next time, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, but if you like this video, press like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.